Welcome to Unit 1 Introduction. Sensor Control Unit using Arduino and C language. Objective: understand the control unit and the sensor unit and their use in a robot system. Installation of Arduino software system and upload the first program onto the Arduino processor. Understand the different control modes. Understand how to do the firmware development cycles. Session 1, Robot Development System. Before we go into the development of the robot software, let's look at the prototype system we have. We use X-arm and Arduino system as our robotics prototype system. It is not intended as a product development system. It is designed as a fast prototype system. In this prototype system, we may experiment the following things: apply robotics control algorithm to it, design the feedback system, and develop it as a prototype system. So now let's look at this conceptual robot system. So a robot is a humanoid like this. So like a man has a hand, leg, or some eye, you can sense something. So there's a perception. You perceive the unit using your sensor like eye to look at the environment. So that's perception. And then you think about it and you take action. So there is a manipulator or actuator to take action and react to the environment. So this is a conceptual robot system. And now, here this one is a logic robot system. Instead of looking like a person, we really break down the system into sensing mode, actuation mode, regulator system model, and planning. So system modeling and planning will be done in the controller, and you will have sensing unit and actuation unit. And the environment of mechanical stuff will be your sensing, and you will provide input to your controller. So usually it's a temperature, it's a motion, or it may be a vision. And then you take action, so you manipulate your robot arm or your robot rotor or your robot wheels. So here is our prototype system. In order to mimic the actuation system, we have the actuator and the manipulator. So that will be our X-arm. And our controller will be using Arduino AT Mega 2560. I believe this AT is ML processor. So it is a 2560 model, and it is a Arduino processor. And here, for the sensor and development kit, we have the secondary development kit from the High Tower or Lawanso. And we also have the Alego Sensors 37 kit. And this one is very powerful as well. And that would be our sensor system. So here we will get started from the installation of the software system for Arduino system. And then we'll talk about how to manipulate and download the software for the X-arm. And these two, we can start to do controlling, and we will add sensor to it, and that will be many projects. So at this video, we are focused on installing the software and set up the environments. Section 3, installation of the Arduino software. Now, I would like to talk about how to install the Arduino IDE. So first, you come to this website, arduino.cc/en/main/software. And come to here, there is a website editor. You can use Arduino web editor. For me, I would like to get this IDE, and then actually, I would like to get this installer. And they are new hourly bill or 90 bill. I don't want to try that. I would like to have a stable version. And I would like to use this one, window installer. So click it. And here has a donation because I already contribute to it. So I would like to do just download. So here you go to a location. So I'm going to move to certain directory. So let me see. Here I put it over here and over here. I would like to try to create one. So here I could create a No. Okay. And then I create a directory called backup to back up this installer. Okay, and put it over here. And once it's downloaded, you can open and double click on it for installation. So now it is going to install a new version. I will click I agree. And then here I will pick everyone. And to program files Arduino, click install. Now the software has been installed. Let's click close. And then double click on Arduino. As you can see, my board has been connected with the power and the USB. Make sure that you actually connect it that way. But when you enter here, there is some care you need to actually make sure. So basically, you can follow the Arduino manual and turn to the chapter 2. Here's the Arduino manual and turn to the chapter 2. And inside the chapter 2, as you can see, there is a section for power up. So when you buy Arduino board, usually we install with a sample blink program. It has a little built-in light emitting diode things over there. So let's try to do this one. So after we finish the installation, we actually will see a software bring up, and it has this one sketch June 28 with a setup and look. We are not going to use this one, so we are actually try to bring up the sample file. So that's actually click file, click sample, and then go to basic, and then there is a B link. So let's click on the B link. Over here, you will bring up the bidding software. There's a simple program over here have been written. Okay, stay right here, and then you turn to the page 18. Make sure your tool, preset tool, and then you need to go to your model or processor. So go to the board. So here, the default board is Arduino Uno. My processor would be the 80 mega. So that's my processor. I'm going to pick this processor because I'm using this processor, Arduino Mega. So I'm going to use this one. After I choose that one, and then I will go to the page 19, it will say that the port. So let me actually bring up the port, and I am going to click the port, and there's a COM3. COM3, I will see a Arduino Mega or Mega 2560. So I'm going to click it. So that I set up my board. So basically here I have my board, and let me check my processor as well. My processor is 80 mega. This is also correct. So now I have my system set up. So what I will do is actually checking the board, and then everything okay. So the next thing, I'm ready to transfer my sketch to the system. So I'm going to upload my program to the processor. So let's see. Here I have my file, and I click my file, and then actually I'm going to say, okay, so here actually after I check all the settings, I'm going to actually do here this one, checking compilation. So let's click compilation, and then it compile the sketch. Okay. Okay, it compiles sketch, and then sketch use so many bytes something. And the next one, I'm going to click the upload. So it's uploading. So as you can see, the blinking right now is actually flicking. That is. Okay, let's try different parameter. So here, let's do this one. Delay is 1 second. So how about let's actually change it to 100. That would be 1 millisecond. So let's compile again. So you will compile, and then let's actually upload again. Okay, once it's uploaded, check your board, it actually blinking much faster. So this one, as you can see, my program is working. Let me actually tune it slower. So now let me change it to 3 seconds. So let me compile again. And then let me upload again. So let's go back to this board. So as you can see right here, it's blinking, but it actually is about 3 seconds. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So it go up. 1, 2, 3. So it go up. So that's about 3 seconds blinking. So with this experiment, we prove that our installation for the Arduino system for the software and hardware is healthy. So we finished the controller programming environment qualification. Section 4, installation of the XARM app. Now, I'm going to introduce how to install the cell phone app. I'm using my iPhone XR, so the screenshot is taken from my iPhone. So first, you need to go to your app store to find this XARM app. And then you need to download it and then open it. After you've opened it, you will see XARM, create action, and my action. And then click XARM. And the app will try to hook up the Bluetooth connection with your XARM. And when the connection is established, you should see something like this. Then you should see this control panel for the 6 servos. Each one of them you can control a servo. So from top to the bottom, it will be servo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, let me play around the robots. Now, I'm going to use my iPhone app to control the robot. First, let's try to control the servo 6, the rotator, and the chassis. I try different angles. Let me move to the front. Now, I'm going to control the servo 5 for the front and back. So let me go forward. Backward. So this way is backward. Let me try more. Okay, now let me try to control servo 4. So servo 4 will go forward and backward as well. So let's try more backward. Now let's try servo 3 also forward and backward. So this is forward, this is backward. So let me try backward. So let me try servo 4, a little bit more back. It will go down more. Let me try servo 5, go down more. Okay. Now it's a little bit too much. Okay, now here let's try servo 1 for the close and release. So let's close. It will actually close its clamp. So now let me actually pick up a little bit. So a little more, then close and release. Now let's move up back to its normal position. So to do that, let's actually tune our servo 5 first, because it actually is a lower servo. Now 4. So when you do reset, please go from the bottom servo first, and then control servo 3. Now it's almost back to the upright position. Now let's get this toy. So first, we still control servo 5. Now let's control servo 4. Now a little bit of servo 3. So now let's actually tune a little bit servo 2, make a turn. So it actually go to a beta angle. Now actually let's try servo 4. A little bit more. So let me move up a little bit. Now let's try servo 3. Two more. down to here. So let me actually release a little bit to make it wider. Now let's try servo 3 a little bit forward, backward, a little bit more back, too much, go back. Now let's try servo 4. Now let's close. Now let's debug. So when we want to debug, still control the servo 5 first. Okay, we fail. So let's actually release the clamp. Now let's control servo 5 again, go down. A little bit of servo 4, too much, go back. Now a little bit of servo 3. A little bit of servo 4. Okay, now it's time to close. Too much, let me open it. Open more. Now let's turn servo 3 more. Okay, now let's actually use servo 4. Now let's tune servo 5. Servo 4 more. Servo 3. More of the servo 5. Grab it. Now let's turn back servo 5. Smoothly. Now let's actually turn back our servo 4. Now backward for servo 5. Now turn back servo 4. So it did up to the upright position now. So now let me make a turn. Okay, now I'm going to drop it. So let me move my servo. So now move my servo 5. And then turn my servo 4. Move forward my servo 3 downward. Okay, almost to the ground. So now let me release. Okay, now let me move up my servo 5. Okay, my servo 4. Okay, we finished the operation. Section 5, installation of the XARM PC software. For XARM software, here I have a software code. Let me actually bring it up. Here I have my lab. Here I have this D1 so. I have a library, I have XARM, and here I have document. And over here I have PC software. And I'm going to run this one XARM 2.5 setup update. So let me actually click on this one, click more information, run anyway. Create a desktop. So it finished, and we see there's a X-arm logo, and we can see our window for this X-arm. So let me try to use a servo 6. So let me actually turn on my robot. So as you can see right here, you have the green light, so it's on. Let me control my robot. So let me actually bring up my 3, 4. Okay, let me tune my robot arm to upright condition. So here, let me open some action file. So I'll go to some existing example and run it. So now let me actually go to my directory here, my robot, D1 show. Here I have library. Let me click X-arm. Here I have the document. I'm going to go to group action. Let me try, let me see, let me actually open action file. Open this one, open. And let's run it. Okay, run over. Let me see, let me try another one. Another file. This one is action group 1, the example by system. Now let's reset our servo. It was reset to the upright position. Now actually that us actually open an action file and open action number 1. Okay, now actually let's run it. So that's preload function. So now actually let's open the action file number 4. And then before we run it, let's reset the servo to the upright position. And then let's run it. Okay, let's reset it to the reset location. Open another action file. Let's try 18 and hit go. Now let's do action programming. The so-called action programming is we try to use our hand to direct the robot to move to its location. So first, let's actually set the servo to the upright position. So I click this reset servo. So now the servo is in the upright position, but it is not what I want to have. So let me adjust it. So let's take the motor off. Now let's work on the robot arm. So set it to this position, and then we do re-angle. So now let's set to another location. And at this location, let's do another angle. And then move down the clip. And then do another angle. And then let's try close the clip. And then do another angle. And then open the clip. And then do angle. and then move up the arm, and then re-angle, and then make turn, to this position, and re-angle, and then move turn, to this angle, and then re-angle, and then go back to the front position, and then re-angle, and then that's set up to upright position again, and then re-angle. Okay, we have enough actions, so let's actually try this program. So now let's actually save the action file and do not put into the library. So let me put to a certain location. And name it action1 and save. So now open the action file and then run. Now let's do manual programming. First, for manual programming, it's different from the normal programming. So you push your program button until B sum. At this moment, the robot is loose. So you move to a certain location, push program button, move down, push button, move down, push button, and then move to the upright position, push button again. And then now you push a long B, and that actually got program. And now you do click and play. So this is the mode that we use manual action programming, and it doesn't need the PC software. Section 6, installation of the XARM secondary development kit. That would be including this WeMake software. And WeMake software is the programming environment to program the Arduino and connect it to the XARM. So we may use Arduino or we may use WeMake software depending on which one we use. And there are several different operation modes. We can have a PC as the control unit and control the Arduino and provide the control signal to our system. And we can also have the Arduino system as standalone system to manage the whole robot arm. So we will have different projects on it, but right here, we focus on the software installation. Now let's install the WeMake software. So here we have WeMake setup version 2.4. So let me actually double click it. And it asks for yes. So I click it. And then let's click next and install. So here the install has been completed. So let's finish. So bring up WeMake. So here you can choose language, keep English. And here you have a connect. So Arduino 34, Java 64. We have file, we can load file, and as a project file, different project file. So this is the WeMake file. So we have Wonder and the WeMake 2 version. XARM operating modes. This XARM is very useful. It can be manipulated just like any other robot arms. So you can use your remote control to control it, or you can use your PC directly to control it, or use your cell phone or even mouse. This, we call it a manipulative mode. So basically, it's just like a crane. You can actually control it to do whatever you want to do. So you basically give the order by yourself. Second mode, you can use programming mode. You can set up the action group. This action group basically is a set of the action instructions. So you can manually program it or use PC to program it or use your cell phone to program it. But this one is in the programming mode. So basically you set up the action group program and then load it to the robot arm and you will operate based on these programs. And in the previous section, the manipulative mode, basically it is just listening to your order and the robot arm itself doesn't follow any program. The third mode is to use it as a smart arm. In this case, you load the program into the Arduino processor, so it becomes your sensor and the controller. And the robot arm will be moving based on the actions. And then the robot environment will be sensed using the sensing unit to provide feedback so that you can actually have a smart arm that will take action on the environmental change. Summary. In this lecture, the manipulation mode, the programming mode, and the Arduino programming environment are presented. Of course, the Arduino programming environment can still be divided into several labs. So we will not be including all of the other labs over here. So we will develop them into several labs and using the Arduino software and hardware combinations. And those labs will be included in this course, but will be in other lectures.